I'm hearing some thunder right now. Hey guys, it's Lita. Hope you're all amazing. And if you are not, I hope my video puts a smile on your beautiful faces and makes you laugh. Sorry, not sorry if you're seeing me in the same outfit as maybe the last video. We're doing a tag video, and I have not done a tag video just for a little bit. What was the last one I did? No, it's gone. But this one is a really cool one, and I finally got around to doing it. And it's called the Manga WorldWide tag, and I was surprised I was tagged in this because I have only been really getting back into the manga scene, as I've repeated endlessly within the last 6 months to end of last year. But I was tagged by the wonderful manga hoarder known as Laura. Thank you for tagging me. Bless your soul. You are a manga dictionary. That is what I consider you to be, Laura, when I watch your videos. This tag was created by two other manga YouTubers that I have just started following their content probably in the last month. Highland Manga and then Prattay. God, I'm gonna say your name wrong, dude. I'm so sorry. But you guys started this tag. I think it's an awesome thing. It's a great way to get to know other manga YouTubers. So I'm all on board. And without further ado, let's get right into the questions, because I don't think there's too many. There's 6 and there's a bonus one. But I think I'm just going to answer all of them because, well, yeah. Question 1. Where are you from? Well, as if nobody doesn't know, I am from Australia, more in the south, but originally I'm from the UK. I moved out here when I was 15, that was in 2005. So yeah, that was quite the transition. Moving countries to Australia has definitely impacted my love of anime in every way possible. It has been life-changing, which I'll get into in a later question. I'll tell you a fun fact. The day that me and my family came, we got out of the airport, those automatic doors opened. It was probably a 40 degree or 37 degree day, which is like around 105 to 103 Fahrenheit. And oh my God, it is an oven. I'd never felt such an overwhelming sensation in my life. Let me tell ya, I am still not used to this heat. I'm not. Question 2, where do you buy manga, in store or online? So I'm kind of all over the place. I personally buy a lot of my manga online because there's only so few options of where I live. So if I'm going to my local city, which is probably about half an hour away, there is an anime store that we have. I've loved it since the moment I walked in there. The very first time I walked in there, I couldn't get myself out of there for 2 hours. My friends couldn't get me out of there for 2 hours. I'd never seen so much DVDs in my life. I had never seen so much manga. I had never seen so much anime in one place. It's a great memory for me. So I have been a regular visitor there for the past 10 years, over 10 years now. So I always go there all the time, every city visit. There is also a massive bookstore in my city as well called Dimmicks. It used to be called Borders. I used to love going there. It was massive. There was a cafe in there. If I ever went to the city with my friends or was on my own, I'd just go in there, sit down and just be sitting there reading manga for hours on end, or any book I could get my hands on. Oh, I loved it. I was so devastated when they shut down. So I'm blessed that we have Dimmicks, at least have one good bookstore, but the manga section in there and the graphic novel section is pretty small. But they always do have the newer titles. I was just in there just last weekend. If you saw my last video with my manga tea vlog, I talked about that I was attending a local con, and that was in the city. and I went there and I did buy a couple of volumes of manga, which you'll see in an upcoming haul. I do have 3 local comic stores as well which do sell manga. Again, it's pretty small. And also there is probably the nearest bookstore to me is about 20 minutes away, and it's just had a massive revamp and I haven't visited it yet, but they actually have quite the selection of manga. There's probably about 3 shelves full. So whenever I'm in the area, I will drop in there definitely. And they have this little card thing. If you end up buying 10 books, you'll get the first one free if it's $15 and less. So mostly all the manga goes for in Australia about $15. So yeah, I'm actually due to, you know, be able to go pick up a volume for under $15. So those are the places I can get in store where I get my manga from. Online, I use Amazon now. We have Amazon Australia, which is fantastic now. It's been a long time coming. I recently actually just had a package come today, and I had never really ordered anything off of Amazon just domestically. I order a lot of stuff internationally, and it came within 2 days. It's pretty good. I'm actually considering getting Amazon Prime now. So I was pretty impressed. I also buy off Book Depository. Who doesn't know Book Depository? It's got great prices, free worldwide shipping. Despite my video where I talked about the whole Blackbird manga box set saga, I got sent the wrong item around last Christmas. Oh my god, I see it. And it's great, you guys get a first reaction to me. The fuck? The shit? Oh, hell no. I still buy from Book Depository. I love them for mainly the fact that they have a lot of older series that I thought were out of print. So like this one here, this, Karen's First Love, this was the very first shoujo I ever read. This is the shoujo that got me into shoujo, my obsession. I'm so thankful that Book Depository like had some of these volumes, that they were still in print 10 years later. I also buy from a massive Australian book website I don't think anybody's mentioned, which is called Booktopia. They're pretty good. I bought some books from there and manga, and the shipping is pretty fast. They don't do free shipping, but the standard shipping is about $6, but it comes pretty quickly. And within hours of me ordering, they've already been shipped, which is crazy. So I use Booktopia a lot, and they actually have books that are cheaper than some of the other sites that I buy from. So for example, I'm currently collecting Kimi no Todake, From Me to You. There's like 30 volumes of that manga. I've only got up to the first 13 volumes, and on, say, Book Depository, some of them go for $15 to $16 I've seen, whereas on Booktopia they're about $12.95. I'll be buying the rest of my Kimi no Todake from Booktopia, so I'm always comparing prices all the time. For used books, I use a site called Gumtree, secondhand site where people sell, you know, cars, CDs, whatever. So I've gotten some secondhand stuff from there. That's pretty good. Again, I'm very, very particular in who I buy from and what seller. They've got good reviews. I use eBay. eBay has been my best friend for years. I keep saying on the channel. Half of my anime collection is from eBay. So manga-wise, I've bought a few things off of there. A lot of people are very like to steer clear of eBay a lot. I love eBay. I've gotten some fantastic deals from there, and I've never really had any bad run-ins yet, so eBay is definitely one. And another used site that I have used before is called Better World Books. Even though they're based in America, I bought the rest of my Absolute Boyfriend volumes from there. The great thing I love about Better World Books is because they're all like ex-library books. Some of the money goes towards kids' libraries as well, giving them funding to buy more books for their libraries. So they're like a /seller/charity website, and I love that. So they always have a lot of old manga as well. So I'm always happy to pay the extra shipping, always. So yeah, but yeah, definitely if you're based in America, check out Better World Books. Especially if you love out of print titles. Again, it's not a website that has been mentioned yet. So I use those sites, and that was probably a long answer. But look, when I buy things, I'm a collector. I knew this portion of the video would be pretty long. Third question, does your country publish manga? And unfortunately, no. Australia does not have any manga publisher here, which it's kind of sad, but you know, look, I mean, a lot of manga publishers exist in America and elsewhere in the world, so it's fine. But maybe one day. Maybe. Question 4. Let me see. What was your childhood school experience with manga? I got into watching anime before I dove into manga. I didn't dive into manga until 2007, 2008. I only read a little bit of manga back then. Again, my friend at the time got me into manga, and she was the reason I ended up reading Karen's First Love, which is a very treasured series to me. It's the very first shoujo I ever read. It's the reason I am obsessed with shoujo. It's one of my favorite genres of manga. The moment I read that series, I was hooked. I was hooked on manga. Eventually on from that, I dove into reading a lot of shoujo mainly. I never dove into any other particular manga series like Naruto that was big back then, like Bleach. But then I don't remember when it was I stopped reading manga, and then, as I've said before, there was like a 6 or 7 year hiatus in between where I just didn't read any. I was watching anime more. I'd say I'm more of an anime watcher still more than a manga reader, but I think that's slowly changing. But I can tell you, one of the very first mangas that I ever bought, which is going to surprise a lot of people mainly, is called Deers, and I still have it. This is still the very one I bought, and it's still in pretty good condition, even though the flap here is a bit bent, and it's still got the price tag on it, $17. But this is by Tokyo Pop, and this is like a alien, bit fan service ecchi series, but I still love this series. I think this is when I also started really loving like ecchi type stories as well. So I think it's pretty cool that I still have the very first manga I ever bought. My manga experience was very minor because I really was more into anime watcher back in the day more than I was a manga reader, so my experience with it in the beginning was pretty minor, but still I can tell you that I read so many shoujo titles, so many. Absolute Boyfriend, The Earl and the Fairy, so many off the top of my head. Question 5, do you have any friends that read manga? Now, in terms of real life, no, I don't have any friends that in real life read manga, which is fine, but that's okay because I'm not really a part of any of the friendship circles that I was with previously years and years ago, which is why it's great that I'm back into manga now. I'm part of really the manga community, so anytime I talk about books really and manga is within the manga community, to be honest now. Next question, question number 6. What does your family think of manga? I'm going to generalize this in terms of also anime as well. My parents and sister have always been very supportive towards my hobby. Like, it's become such the norm, you know, if a package comes, they'll be like, is that from Ching Chan Chang? Especially if I was ordering a cosplay. Mum started the whole thing of Ching Chang Chang. I'm like, no, Mum, it came from Australia. So even I had a package come today and my dad said, oh, is that more books and anime? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, well, would expect anything less. So it's pretty the norm. My parents actually bought me my very first anime box set ever, which was Angelic Layer. I think that says in a nutshell how pretty supportive they are. And also, you know, my mum always asks me if I'm going to the library to get any books and stuff. Like, she's used to me coming home with a mountain of books and reading, so I'm lucky I have a really supportive family. towards my hobbies and everything. So they're cool. They're chill with me sitting there reading a manga, and they'll be like, they're just comics. I'm like, no, they're more than comics. And I'm gonna answer the bonus question, which is, do you have any plans to learn Japanese or visit Japan? So the first one, to learn Japanese, this is something I've never really felt interested or delve into. Because, you know, watching anime for so long, you do pick up, like, you know, really common words. It's a maybe if I want to learn Japanese. I mean, I've always been interested in the culture, not because of just about anime, but also the cultural aspect as well. Some of the landmarks over there. And as for visiting Japan, yes. God, if this is the same answer I would have given like 6 years ago, yes, I still would love to visit Japan one day. It's gonna happen one day. I'm a patient person. I believe things do come around eventually. But learning Japanese, I think, would be a very cool thing to delve into. I probably would just learn at my own pace, to be honest, but I'm not sure how well that would go. It has definitely an advantage, especially if you want to read like Japanese manga, which reminds me for a second here. So I have a friend who lives in Japan, and last year or the year before, she sent me some Japanese manga, and I've treated these as picture books because I can't obviously read it. And I mean, look at the cover, and you know, flipping through it has made me go like, oh God, I wish I can understand what they're saying. So yeah, I think it's eventually going to happen. I can't promise how that's going to go. It's probably not going to go well. And that is all of the questions for this tag video. I like doing this. This was a fun tag, and hopefully people feel like they can get to know me. I have no plan when it comes to tag videos. I don't script anything. So yeah, I just wing it, especially in tag videos. So the people I'm going to tag are new people that I have started following. I think everybody I've tagged here, I think, deserves some recognition and some love. So I first tag Disses Hearts, so I don't say your name wrong. I first started following her on Instagram, then found out she had a YouTube, and I've been loving her series Thoughts videos so far, so go you girl. Next is Dynamic Dylan. Dylan is such an infectious spirit within the manga space, just in the community space in general, and he is not afraid to share his love of boys love manga. You're a great influence, my darling. Also, a newbie that I've just started following is called Cozy Afternoons, Sam. She covers books, but she also covers manga. She has this lovely laid-back nature in her videos, and they're just a pleasant to watch as what I have seen so far. Gigi Luna I found on Instagram. Girl. She's got the same taste as me. She loves freaking Kari Mori, the Jane Eyre, all that, and her voice is the cutest thing I've heard. I thought she was younger, but she said to me, I'm actually older. I just love listening to her in her videos and talking about what she's gotten. I just love it. The Panda Post, which is Danny. Originally she was known as Danny Lee. Danny is so happily infectious in her videos. I just love watching them. I love her talking about the shoujo. Yeah. And then next is Whimsical Pictures, which is Ray. Ray is a fascination bag. She always brings in the fascination to me with her taste in manga, and I've loved her recent videos, so she needs some love. So you people who I've tagged, please do this, because I would love to know more of your manga backstory, and I want people to get to know ya. So I hope you all enjoyed this tag video. It's probably a long one, but oh well. And yeah, all the linky links are down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which is going to be anime related, not manga, because I haven't done an anime one for a while, so we'll see how that goes. See you in the next one.